Knowing when to call it a night is a life skill that not all of us possess, particularly when booze is involved. Sometimes the emergency services have to step in and make the call for us. Tonight, police come out in force to break up a South Auckland party. Come on, ambulance crew give Sleeping Beauty the heave-ho, while other blokes resort to desperate measures to get home, like hitchhiking in a skirt, and perhaps even faking a heart attack.
I feel a bit nauseous.
That's One Night in Auckland responding to 111. Police need the help of an ambulance crew to separate fact from fiction.
Party 1, Russell Road in Manurewa, code 19.
Joe dispatches Tracy and Katish.
Okay, so this sounds a bit of an interesting one. We're going to Manurewa. The police are already on scene. Evidently, the information here is that the male is outside and acting as if he is going to have a heart attack. So I don't know if he is actually having cardiac problems. Could just be an alcohol-related incident, so we'll see when we get there.
Missing the last bus home sent the patient into a panic. He knocked on a door asking for help, and residents called police.
I'm Tracy. What's your name?
Barry, I've got chest pains, I've got pins and needles in my finger and pains down my arm.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just try and relax with it. We'll get you into the ambulance, and have a look at you in the ambulance.
I've got no spray with me.
Okay. Do you think you can walk to the ambulance just here?
Yeah. I suffer from anxiety and depression.
Yeah. Okay.
And I haven't got my red spray with me.
Yeah. Does that normally help?
Yeah, and I haven't had my medication today.
Do you feel dizzy or anything?
Yeah, I do, and I feel hot.
You feel hot, okay.
Oh.
Just stand up there. A grabbing pain, is it?
It's a grabbing, crushing pain in my chest.
Just swing your legs round.
I feel a bit nauseous.
Yeah, here you go. Here's a vomit
No, I'm
container.
not going to vomit.
Okay.
Barry's got all the symptoms of a heart attack down pat. But is he really experiencing them?
Yeah.
So what cardiac problems do you actually have apart from angina? Have you ever had a heart attack before?
Yeah, I've had a very mild one before.
Yep, your heart rate's racing a bit there.
Oh.
A normal heart beats less than 100 times a minute. Barry's heart is racing at 132, so he could be telling the truth.
That pain that you said's going down your arm, what's that pain like? Is it a...
Radiating pain.
Yep, is it a tingling pain or...
Tinglings in my fingers.
Personal
That's high.
question, you don't take Viagra at all? Just
No, I don't take any of that stuff, no.
Just because it reacts with this,
No,
okay?
I don't take any of that stuff.
Very good.
Nitroglycerin spray will improve Barry's blood flow and reduce the workload on his heart.
We'll see how that helps. So what were you doing tonight?
Well, I missed the last bus and made me feel a bit anxious, a bit, you know?
Yeah, a bit worked up.
So I came down here to ask for help.
Yeah.
The cops, they got the ambulance for me.
Yeah.
See you later, sir.
Thanks for calling us.
Thanks, mate. Thank you
With
very
Barry
much.
now under St John's care, the police can head back to patrol.
Am I going to hospital?
Yeah, absolutely. No, we're going to leave you at home. Any chest pains, go straight to hospital.
Okay.
If Barry wanted a quick ride home, he's out of luck. While stopping to get cigarettes on his way home, a drunk customer has terrorised the owners of his local dairy.
There's a 1K male. He's verbally abused our informant at the supermarket. Had a male there and has decamped, heading towards Otara.
Paddy dispatches constables Mornay and Mile to hunt for the man.
There you go, supermarket there.
Threats against dairy owners are taken very seriously. In 2008, 2 South Auckland dairy owners were murdered by customers during armed robberies.
So tell us what happened.
Yeah, he's the guy. Yes, he's totally drunk. You know,
Oh, he was drunk, yeah?
Yeah, totally drunk. He wants to smoke. I just told him that first you give me the money and then he just used the bad language.
He abused you because he wanted the cigarettes first before he paid you?
Yeah. He touched his hand in my husband's neck and like...
He did that to you?
Yeah.
When he did that, I see you next time, what did that mean to you?
He said, we killed him.
Kill me and just but laughing.
You took that as a threat? You took it as... You were scared?
It's scary, you know?
Scary?
Yeah.
The dairy owners were able to provide vital information to police.
You've got a registration number of the guy, So right now what we'll do is do a few checks, find out where the address is and have a talk to him there.
Police will make it clear to the man he's no longer welcome at this dairy. From the Police Communication Centre, Sam is dispatching Constables Scott and Sean to deal with more threatening behaviour.
A female was punched a nurse in the face at the emergency department. She's now having a brawl with the guards. They're trying to keep the female in the security room, but there's not really enough guards to restrain her. She's flagging users carries knife.
Yeah, copy, we know who she is. Female is well known to us. She's a drug user with hepatitis and all that sort of stuff, so get there as quick as we can.
Confronting a potentially armed and volatile patient will be risky. Constable Sean and Scott are at Auckland Hospital, where an out-of-control patient has attacked a nurse and security guards.
The plan was to keep her in hospital, but she's already presented twice tonight and we've had trouble. She's now punched a staff member, been verbally and physically abusive, so the hard line's been set.
Absolutely.
The patient is a drug addict with hepatitis C and has been known to carry a knife. The hospital can't risk endangering its staff any further.
I didn't punch her at all.
Basically, they don't want you here, which is their call, their place.
The doctor didn't say that to me.
Once we speak to the nurse, if the nurse doesn't want to make a complaint, it's up to her.
Can I make a complaint?
Well, no, that's not why we're here. We're here because they've made a complaint against you.
No,
okay?
I want to make a complaint against them.
You're making a complaint about
The way I've been treated.
Yep, so make a complaint with the hospital management. We're here because there's an allegation that you've assaulted somebody, because that's what we deal with.
Until it's decided what charges will be laid, the woman will be issued with a trespass notice forbidding her from returning to the hospital. Tracy and Katisha's patient, Barry, is much more agreeable, but it's still not clear whether his heart pain is genuine.
Out of a 10, 10 being the worst pain ever, what would you say it is now?
8.5.
Now, you probably don't get this very often, but I just need to shave your chest a little because the stickies won't fit on it properly.
Tracy.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it?
First questions about Viagra, now this. It's turning into an adventurous ride.
It's good that the police were helpful, eh?
Oh, mate, I owe that guy, mate, because I was a crook, eh?
Barry's heartbeat is still faster than normal and his blood pressure is up.
Coming to you tonight with a 49-year-old male with chest pain. He has a heart rate of 128 and a blood pressure of 160 on 90. Status 2, ETA about 3 minutes over. It's quite hard to tell with him if it is actually genuine chest pain because he does have that long history of anxiety and depression. He also hasn't been taking his antidepressant medications. He was definitely in pain. We can't say if it is cardiac or not, so the only thing that can do that really is blood tests.
Constables Mornay and Mile are hunting for a man who threatened a South Auckland dairy owner. They've located his truck.
Hi, police. How are you?
Thank you.
Good. Who owns this truck?
My husband.
Is he here at the moment? I need to have a talk to him because we've got a complaint. Hey, mate. You went to the dairy at East Tamaki there, the Super Ed. What did you say to the man and the woman?
I'm not talking about the India woman.
Yeah.
I'm talking on behalf of my side.
The guy is very under the influence of alcohol. He can barely talk to us.
But Millet perseveres with his interview.
Did you get angry? Did you get angry with the lady over the cigarettes?
No.
OK, so why did you go up to the man and go like that, see you later? Why did you do that?
I'm very sorry.
Yeah, but why did you do it?
I don't say it like that.
OK, the problem we got is they made a complaint that you threatened them. That's threatening behaviour. If you go up to someone and go like that, that's implying you're going to kill them.
No.
Yeah. Well, it is. All right. So you got to be a bit careful about what you do and what you say to people.
It turns out the man is more than a customer.
He's been served with a trespass notice. He actually delivers each day. So he's still allowed to deliver, but he's not allowed to go into the shop and cause any problems there anymore. If he does go back, a case of trespass will be opened against him and he might be arrested then.
We managed to talk to him in regards to the vehicle. That information will pass on to the member of the inquiry office that's holding that file. We'll also let them know where he's now living. That may have been an issue before. They probably couldn't have found him, so they can go around and see him and hopefully clear those files.
An emergency call is alerting St John to a car accident in South Auckland.
I'm not too sure what happened. I just heard the big bang from inside. I came out, had a look, and there was a red car in the middle of the road and a white car on the side of the road.
Emergency medical dispatcher Mandy sends the closest available ambulance.
Priority 12 Puanui Road, Papatoe, code 29.
Details we've got is that there's multiple patients, 2 cars involved, as far as we can tell.
The big bang could indicate the vehicles were travelling at speed, and Chris and Janelle must prepare for the worst.
Tango 3, if you stand behind me, I'm just going to go to the other side of the crash site.
They're first on the scene and need to check there's no one lying injured on the road. Fortunately, both drivers appear to have scrambled to safety.
A guy in red jacket was apparently in that car.
But you got no injuries or anything like that? You're all sweet? And yeah, does it hurt when you take a big breath, does it? Yeah? How about take you up to Minamore and get checked out, eh, bud? Yeah, good plan.
If you take a big breath in, take a big breath in. Does that hurt more in there? Yeah. It does hurt a bit more in there. Okay. Do you want us to pop you up to hospital and they can give you a checkup just in case you've got some fractures in there or something like that? I'm just waiting for the police because I want to talk to the police before. Okay. Yeah, hopefully they'll be here soon, but we can also get the police to come down to hospital and they can talk to you there. Yeah? Yeah? Just one question though. The guy from the other car is going to come too. Is it okay if you travel in the same ambulance? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, good.
Both cars appear to be damaged in the same area, and the cause of the crash is not immediately obvious. That will be up to police to determine.
2 status 3s, 1 status 4. At this stage, no further resources required.
Roger, is 26 on scene?
Negative, but we've got a tow truck blocking it off until they get there.
Roger, they have confirmed that they're en route from Otahu.
With the police on their way to sort out the crash site, Chris and Janelle each focus on a patient. The drivers aren't speaking, but that appears to be due to pain and shock rather than any bad blood between them.
Yeah, we quite often do that if it's agreed to by the patients. You know, if there's going to be any conflict in the back of the ambulance, then we're not going to have it, so we'll just call another one to take the other person. In this case, they were quite happy.
And obviously neither of them were overly seriously injured either. Like, we weren't having to primarily work on one person's airway or anything like that.
We've got both of these patients were in the same RTC, one in each car.
Chest complaining of chest pain on the left side. No obvious bruising or anything like that, good lung sounds and everything.
Doctors will still need to check for any unseen internal injuries.
MNG 3031 and 22 comms, job details, Gloucester Road, Manurawa.
Go ahead.
About 12 males fighting in the street outside.
There's a party at the address, weapons unknown.
No descriptions on parties involved.
MNG 3322.
Police dispatcher Chris summons all available units to back up Constables Catherine and Chris as they enter this potentially explosive situation.
Hey guys. Who was the fight with?
Argument.
No fight.
Argument.
What time's this all gonna finish? Oh, tomorrow. No. Okay, that's good. If you guys just like, I don't know, take it in the side, it's a bit noisy.
Take it inside. Just because they're singing too loud.
Yeah, that's
We just want you guys to keep it down a bit because we could hear you well loud out there, okay?
Thank you, man.
So this is your warning. If we have to come back here, then we may have to shut it down. So we just want you guys to stay within your own property and keep it quiet, okay? We obviously don't want any more problems. We want you guys to have a good night as well, eh?
Okay.
Sweet?
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Thank you. That's all right.
You're inside your property now, man.
They appear friendly enough, but a check of a nearby house soon uncovers several broken windows and a witness has called 111 blaming the partygoers.
Well, obviously we don't know who's done it.
Yeah. At the moment, yeah, it's just mainly about shutting it down to prevent any further incidents from happening. Usually we give them one warning, but they've already gone the next step by damaging other people's property, so that warning won't suffice for now.
To shut down the party, they're going to need reinforcements from South Auckland's team policing unit. Police urgently need an ambulance.
Priority 1 towards the corner of Ouraki Road and Benson Road, Remuera. Code 13 Charlie 1, R26 on scene.
Alan dispatches the ambulance crew Shand and Jack. Details of the emergency are sketchy.
All we've got is a diabetic, not alert, and a street address, and the police are there.
Bit like you at the moment.
I'm getting grumpy. Well, diabetic, not alert.
Jokes aside, Shand and Jack know the non-alert patient could be on the verge of lapsing into a diabetic coma.
Hey, man. This is our patient. Okay.
It turns out police pulled over a motorist whose excuse for driving drunk was to rush her diabetic sister to hospital.
So what's happened tonight?
I've had a few drinks and diabetes just went absolutely bombed out.
There you go.
Young lady's a insulin-dependent diabetic. She takes insulin twice daily, but she's missed taking her insulin tonight, so she's got a blood glucose level of 32, or over 32, so it's high, and she's got a heart rate of 132. So she needs probably an insulin infusion, so we'll pop her up to Auckland Hospital. She can get that done.
Hopefully next time, she'll wait for an ambulance instead of trying to get a lift with a drunk driver. The team policing unit is preparing to break up a South Auckland party after reports of fighting and vandalism. This time, police aren't buying the friendly routine.
Just us. Just us. Oh, funny. Just in the shed.
Just show me around the back of the house.
He's in for a shock. The garden out back is full of more partygoers and one clashes with police.
Oh, who the was that? I saw that.
With tempers at boiling point, police pull out the handcuffs.
He was given the finger. He was spoken to by an officer and he just wasn't really being cooperative, so he was brought out and he's been placed under arrest, so they'll take him away and he'll get taken off to the hub now.
Police orders to go home and stay home are met with more abuse.
A lot of the troublemakers have moved off. They're all very intoxicated, so hopefully they don't come back. And there's no evidence that anybody's down there watching us now, so hopefully they have just gone and cleared off, and that should bring it to a close.
Police dispatcher Sam is trying to prevent a tragedy.
Go to the intersection Newton Road, Winchester Street. It's the Newton Road overbridge, I believe.
One thinks possibly 1X attempt.
Male was leaning over the overbridge. He's standing up on the railing.
Just after the northwestern on-ramp.
Trying to get further, over.
About 10-2 from Hobson Street.
It sounds like the man is attempting suicide. Constables Matt and Nell need to be quick.
Go ahead.
Can't give a description, but he was standing up on top of the railing, screaming.
Copy. There's no one on here.
Just when it seems they might be too late.
Oh, there's a male there.
Another patrol car has beaten them there to find a man in a skirt. He's definitely not suicidal, but hitchhiking on the motorway off-ramp is putting himself in danger.
This isn't actually a place to be hitched. Oh, sorry, there's a woman who was standing here for about half an hour. She hitchhiked, so I assumed it was all right. No, it's not. So just wander off to some other place.
He'll have to hitch his skirt and hitch a lift somewhere else. A full night's boozing is taking its toll on one downtown drinker.
Mount Wellington 1, Priority 1, outside Charlie's Bar, Karanga Happy Road, 31 Delta 2.
A crowd has gathered around K Road's latest late-night attraction.
Oh, okay. He's for like the last half an hour.
He's having a power nap. He's asleep, bro.
Yeah, so we don't know who he's here with?
He was sitting here by himself.
All right. Dude, that's the story. Sit up, bro. You want to sit up?
He's lost it, mate.
Yeah, we know. We're going to put him on our stretcher and check him out.
Following a spate of teenagers dying after binge drinking, they need to check whether he's at risk.
You're not heard anywhere?
No.
No, sweet. You know where you are?
Yeah.
Where are you? Yep, sweet. And what are you sitting in?
Ambulance.
Yep, good man, sweet.
Mount Wellington 1 comms.
Mount Wellington 1, go ahead.
Status 4, let you know in about 3 minutes.
Roger, thank you.
You don't need to go to hospital, okay? Yeah. All right? And you can't lie on the footpath because the police will just put you in a cell. Follow Jack, hold the handle.
Shand and Jack's pep talk seems to have given this dozy dude a second win.
Mount Wellington 1, go ahead.
Patient recovered and has walked off.
Roger, thank you. Back towards Pitt Street.
He was last seen buying a pie. The South Auckland dairy owners have not reported any more trouble from their drunken, aggressive customer. The Auckland hospital nurse attacked by a drug addict decided not to press charges, so no further action could be taken. And the arrested South Auckland partygoer was taken back to the police station to cool off and was released without charge. Next on 111. A vicious street brawl leaves a patient nursing stab wounds. The victim of a metal bar assault refuses to go to hospital. And a hot chicken thief ruffles Chris's feathers.
That poor chicken. That chicken's horrified of what you've done.